Everyone, Shabby Gamer here and welcome back to another episode of our Gibraltar Challenge here on Football Manager 2016. Now, since the last episode we have played one game in the league and we won 3-1 against Cannons. They actually made quite a difficult job of it for us. We had to really struggle through that one. I was a little bit worried in that game, but we did come through on top in the end, so it wasn't too much of a problem. Now in this one we are going to be at home to Man 62 in the league first, and then of course we do have that big home game. We are introducing the European champions to our home stadium, and hopefully we can do a little bit better than losing 5-0 like we did in the previous match in the last episode. But anyway, enough of me blabbing on, let's get straight into that first game against Man 62. And here we go. As you can see, we are strong favourites in this one, no surprises there. We are now top of the table, even though we've got a game in hand on most of the teams in the league. So that's pretty good. We should be able to stay here now for the rest of the season, really. Shouldn't be too difficult. Man 62 are now in the relegation playoffs, so they've not had a great start to the season. Although in previous years they have been a bit of a bogey team for us, so hopefully there's not going to be any problems with that today. Now, we have, as always, changed our team up a lot for these sort of games, as we normally do. And they've got Patrick Matinda, right back, a player we had for a while. I think that's about it, the only player that I recognise from their team. Of course, there's players we recognise, but no one that we used to have. So team-wise, we have gone for Renato Claudinho in goal, the Brazilian. We've not seen much of him of recent. He played a lot in the Champions League opening qualifying stages with the Ramito injury, but now he is going to get his first game in the league for us. In the centre-back positions, we have Jared Madison. Alongside him, we have Loran. So we're digging some players out now that we haven't played for quite some time, I don't think. We've also got Kongoyoy, who's not been so secure in his position since we've played him, but he seems to be doing okay. In defensive midfield, we're playing Ryan Gaffney, the Irish defensive midfielder, a very good player actually. On the left-hand side of midfield, we have got Christian Ataganya. We really want to try and get his crossing ability up a bit more. On the right-hand side, we have got Jason McDermott, another Irish player we brought in last season. In the attacking central midfield role, we have got Adama Jeje. And then the free strikers, we have got Maximiliano Bustamante. We've got Frank Banning. And of course, we have got Andre, a player we've not seen anything of so far this season. But he had a pretty decent time last year. Not quite sure how good this guy is going to be for us. He is actually wanted, so maybe we can loan him out at some point. But that's the team we've got set for you today. They've gone quite defensive with 4-4-1-1, but hopefully we can do something here. This is Andre's first game of the season. Everyone else has played a few games already. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's see how we get on. This should hopefully be quite a convincing one-sided match for us. And then, of course, everything, the whole eyes of everyone will be on that match against PSG in a few days' time in the Champions League at home. See if we can do a little bit better. We lost 5-0 away at PSG Stadium, and I'm hoping we can do a little bit better because we only lost 2-0 at Bayern Munich. We drew 1-1 at home with Valencia, so that 5-0 loss to PSG is sort of a big blip on our radar, and we've not lost that badly against teams in the Champions League and that for quite some time. We lost quite convincingly in matches when we were first in the Champions League, when we weren't professional. But since we've become professional, it's become a lot more even for us. But yeah, hopefully we can do a little bit better. I'm not expecting us to go out there and beat PSG, of course. That'd be crazy. But just losing 1 or 2-0 maybe, or even sneaking a draw would be fantastic. So, 7 minutes in, we've had 2 shots, 1 on target, 60% of possession. We are looking in the stronger position at the moment. But can we hold on and get the goal? That's what we need to do. We just need to get the goals in. Of course, like I've said before, this team of players is not necessarily our first choice in most positions. It's just a case of keeping them all happy by giving them the football. Bustamante is someone who's just scored a cracking goal. He will be able to play for Gibraltar, I believe, by the end of the season, Maximiliano Bustamante. Hopefully, the international manager is due to name his next squad very, very soon, so I'm hoping he is going to put his head out his backside and call up Ramito and Jim Morrison. Although Jim Morrison is still injured, so as long as he calls up Ramito, because they need to do that. They need to get Ramito in the squad before he gets a cap for Australia, because he's going to be such a massive part of the Gibraltar team going forward over the next few years. He could save them points, he really could. But it's all about just getting him locked in there, because he has been called up for Australia a few times, but he's their number 3 choice goalkeeper in the squad, so he's never actually got himself a cap. Oh, that's a poor bit of work there. Gaffney loses the ball to Jones. Well, Gaffney never had the ball really, but it was poor positioning Now the one problem with this formation is we're very, very attacking. It's great. But at the same time, the problem we have with this formation is that we tend to concede a few more goals than what we should do. But it's the best way of getting quite a few strikers on the pitch at the same time, keeping them all happy. Because a lot of the best players are attacking players, as you can probably expect. It's difficult to get defensive players that are fantastic. Good save, Claudinho. Going to need to be in top form today, Claudinho. Things could get tricky for us. You've only got 3 defenders there in front of you. They are good defenders, though, in fairness. Players that should be able to do a good job. Come on, can we get a second goal before half-time? That'd be pretty good. There is a highlight, but they starting with the ball Iglesias with a free kick. Yeah, so as I've said before, if the international manager for Gibraltar does call up Ramito or Jim Morrison, we will watch that match as their debut for the national side. I believe they've actually got England in the next set of qualifiers. So if Ramito does get called up, he'll be able to play against England, which would be pretty cool. Ataganya with a corner, plays it in. It's headed. Oh, it's off the post, or did the last man back get that? Madison nearly got himself a goal. Banning plays a nice ball in. JJ, and I think it's going to go out for a goal kick. It is. Unlucky there. Now what can we do? Can we get a goal before half time? So he's not only Bustamante, he's the only one having a really good game at the moment. He's on an 8. Everyone else is struggling to get to 7s at the moment. We should be dominating matches like this. Great header there by McDermott. It's dropped to Andre, who's running quite slowly with Gaffney. Great ball. Saw McDermott out wide. The 2 Irishmen linking up. Great ball in. Bustamante. Was that a great save by Coling, who has been one of Gibraltar's main goalkeepers over the last few years. But he could be losing his place if Ramito gets that call up. Then there's no way that Coling is ever going to take his place back, unless in injuries, of course. And that was the end of that highlight. So 16 shots, 8 on target, and still only 1 goal. It's disappointing, I must admit. Come on, guys. 1-0 at half time. That's disappointing. Let's just say you've played well, but there's still room for improvement. That should hopefully spur people on. Come on, guys. Right, so straight away, 5 minutes into the second half, we do have a highlight. Gaffney to McDermott. 2 Irish guys linking up. Kongayoy, good ball forward. I can't say that guy's name. I might have to give him a nickname at some point, just make it easier for myself. Gaffney sees the run of Banning, who does just about stay on side, but it was a tight angle to try and put that in. But it has gone out for a corner to be taken by Ataganya, is that? No, it's JJ. It is JJ, isn't it? Yeah, JJ. So it's gone out for a throw-in, and we're really struggling to break through them in this game. I know Bustamante, Banning and Andre are not 100% match fit. They're all struggling for match fitness, but still, you think they'd be doing a bit better than this. Gaffney plays it out wide to McDermott, plays the ball in. It's short along the ground, and Bustamante's hit the post again. He could have had a hat-trick so far, Bustamante. Right, Ataganya with a corner. Big ball in. Madison. It's held onto by Coling. And still we just can't find that extra goal. Who do we have on the bench? It's amazing, isn't it? We've got Tomic as the only striker we've got on the bench. I think he might come off for Banning now, because Banning's not having a very good game, is he? So let's bring on Robert Tomic. And then Fry in place of JJ. And then Eric Franks in place of Andre. We're making all 3 substitutions on the hour mark. It's a bit of a risky job, but I think it could pay off for us. We're bringing on 3 very good players, especially Fry and Franks as well. I think Franks is a player we might let go at some point, because he has now played for America, so we're not going to be able to lock him into a Gibraltar nationality. I'm a little bit worried, you know, because there's only 15 minutes off, 13 to 11, 10, whatever minutes there is left, and we're only 1-0 up. If they could sneak an equaliser here, it could be a little bit of a problem for us. Madison plays it back to Claudinho. Go on, just make sure we get that ball clear. We do not want to concede now. We want to get that first season where we're going to win every single game. We've not done it yet. We've always struggled on just one game a season. This is our year. Ataganya now on the left. Big ball in. It's got to the back post and Franks. Is that... It is Franks, isn't it? Yes, it is Franks. I thought it might have been an own goal there for a second. But now we can all breathe a sigh of relief. It looks like 2-0. We are looking good. Big header at the far post there by Franks. And there we go. We're looking a bit more comfortable now. 2-0 lead. 5 minutes left. We should be laughing. We should be laughing now. And that's going to be the end of the game. Now 32 attempts and only 12 on target. That's pretty disappointing. I know it means we've had a shot every 3 minutes, but still, you'd think we'd be getting more on target, wouldn't you, really? Well, I mean, we might have a third goal here. Bustamante plays it into the middle. It's been cleared out by Holt. And Oliveira picks it up, but there is the full-time whistle. And there we go. 2-0 victory over Man 62. Been our bogey team in previous years, but not this time. And we do come off on top. Man the match for Ataganya with an 8.4 rating. Fantastic. And we are now top by a clear 3 points with a game in hand on second place as well. Fantastic. So now let's get into that second game of the episode and see how we get on at home to PSG in the Champions League. And here we go. As you can see, we're not quite as bad as what we were in the first leg as underdogs. We were 15-1 in the first leg. We're only 10-1 in this one. Although we are going to have some problems because we do have some injuries and some suspensions. Obef Coutinho is suspended, as is Munoz, our right back. So we're struggling a little bit there, I'm not going to lie to you. But let's have a quick look at the team anyway. So we've got Bruno Ramito in goal, as always. At left back we have got Jared Murphy. Two centre backs are going to be Jared Madison alongside Simplice McKendy, who's close to getting that maxed out of 20 tackling. That'd be fantastic. A right back, we're going to go with Jose Ramon Gallardo, another one of the players he brought in from Real Madrid in the summer. He's a little bit unhappy because he's not played enough first team football. So this has worked out quite well for him, really, the suspension of Munoz. The two defensive midfield spots are, of course, going to be Chris Morgan. Alongside him is going to be Anders Broger. The central midfield spot is going to be filled in by Sergio Oyarzun. Such a cracking player, isn't he? We're going to play Frederick Naud at the attacking left-hand side because Finn Baird is not really... well, he's injured as well, should we say. Lee Zhongzhu is going to be playing up the right-hand side. And then the striker is going to be Joe Stevens. So it's not the best team we could have played. We've got a few injuries, a few people missing, but still, it's better than what we could have done, I suppose. Their team, they've gone more attacking this time as well. They've gone for two up front rather than just the one this time. And hopefully that 4-4-2 is not going to be too dangerous for us. Let's go. Let's not be like that. Let's go more standard and structured. I keep forgetting to change that. So come on, we can do this. We can do this. We can't do it, but as long as we can get like a decent result, even a 0-0 draw would be fantastic. Although they do have a free kick, dangerous free kick, and it's somehow bundled out for a corner. I've got no idea. Listen, Broga blocked it off by the sounds of it. Pereira's ball in. It's flicked on. They scored a goal like that the first... Oh, look at that tackle by McKendy. That's 19 tackling for you. And he plays the big ball up as well to Stevens, who flicks it on, but of course there's no one there to support him at the moment, unfortunately. And now we have a highlight. Murphy with a throw-in to Morgan. To Naud. Plays it out wide to Ji Zhengzhou. It's a tongue twister. Who played it in. It's come out, but only as far as Broga. Oyarzun sees Zhou again. Ball into the middle. Oh, Gonzalez clears it. And it looks like we couldn't get the attack we wanted there. It's a shame. We got a little good bit of pressure there. I thought we might be able to get the ball in the box and maybe sneak an early goal, which would be pretty nice. If we can sneak an early goal, get the first one, you never know, we could just pull off a draw. It's worth a lot of money if we can. Every draw is worth about £500,000, so it's worth it. That's about what we paid to improve the stadium, £500,000. Mainly because it's a shared stadium, everyone had to pay towards improving it. Ah, and there's a goal by Asari. Ah well, I'll take it all back. It's not going to happen now. 1-0 down in the first 20 minutes. That's what happened when we were away at PSG as well, and they came on to win that game 5-0. So I hope that's not going to be the same case here. So what even happened here? Sousa's ball in, and Asare, I think it was more luck than anything. I mean, Asare's shot looked just like it clipped the inside of the post and came across the goal. Literally, if he didn't put it there, it wouldn't have got in at all. So 1-0 down. I can't complain, because if you look at our ascent over the last few years, it's been incredible, really, hasn't it? We've done really, really well to get where we are. We're in the Champions League group stage, for God's sake. And if we can continue to get group stage football every single time over the next few years, then we're just going to keep bringing the money in, obviously building our reputation as well, and then hopefully we can start to bring in better and better players. That's the plan anyway. We are now 2-0 down, just before half-time. Again, again, like I said in the first leg, we're giving away so many free kicks. And we've got 2 players banned for this match because one got sent off and one got a second yellow card. So we've given away 13 fouls in the first half. That's just not good, is it really? It's not good at all. We've not been good enough so far. Okay. Show me something different in the second half. There we go. 2 players are demotivated, but everyone else is fired up. I don't know why Oyarzun's demotivated for. He was same as everyone else. So, can we go for it? Let's push. Let's push, people. Let's push. 2 goals gets us a draw. I'm not expecting that, but there you go. Stranger things have happened in the worlds of football before, haven't they? Alright, let's make some changes. Come on. Let's make lots more changes. Well, we managed to hold on for another 10 minutes in the second half. That's a good thing. We don't want to... Oh. Maybe not. Again, it's another goal from a set piece. We're just being ripped to pieces by set pieces. That's the main problem I've got at the moment. We're giving away all these free kicks and we're just conceding goals from them as well. Yeah. It's not looking good for us, is it? I don't even know how to change it because I've even in the actual instructions I've got stay on feet, so it's not like we're diving into it and trying to get the ball back. We're trying to stay on our feet as well. So I just don't understand why things are happening like that, to tell the truth. Nord brings it forward to Stevens. We might get a highlight. At least just get goals. I mean, just give the fans something to cheer for. Great ball across to Zhu. And he has put it in the back of the net. Lee Zhongzhu, from the attacking right midfield spot, has put the ball in the back of the net here against PSG. Nice. Is there any... No, there's not. I was about to say, is there any outside chance of maybe sneaking a comeback in this one, but I don't think there is. You never know. Stranger things have happened, like I said, but at least we've got a goal now. The fans have had something to cheer for. We've had 4 shots, 2 on target, which isn't too bad, but like I've said before in some of the league games, we seem to have to take so many opportunities before we actually score the goal. That's the problem we have. So it's a case of just really trying to take opportunities when they come along. So Oyarzun, I'm going to actually take you off and bring on Caballero, and we're going to go more attacking. That's probably going to be a bad idea, isn't it, really? But and then Aritz is going to come on in place of Joe Stevens. Let's just spice the team up a little bit with a couple of changes. Bring on the 2 Spaniards. See what happens there. Gallardo's not having a very good game. He's playing a 6.1. Broga's playing a 7.2. He's currently the best player on the pitch, which is good. Oh, we're standard. I thought we were standard and structured. I must have missed that. I'm sure I clicked on it earlier on. So we have gone control now. Just see if we can get back in. Oh, Caballero. That's a terrible pass. It's cut out by Kingsley Coman. Come on, get that ball back, guys. Get the ball back. Lima brings it forward. Murphy is going to be sent off as well. Come on! Why in European football do we get so many bookings? I can't understand it. I really can't. We've had 2 players sent off in 2 games now in the Champions League. I just don't understand why this is happening for. And we've got no... Why have we got no defensive players? Because everyone's injured, that's why. Yeah, we're screwed, basically. We're going to have to drop Morgan at left back. It's not his favourite position, but let's just do it. I just don't understand why... If anyone out there knows why this is happening, please let me know. But, like, in the instructions, we've got stay on feet. We're not diving into tackles. We're staying on feet. Yet, we seem to give away so many fouls. I don't know if it's just generally because we're the smaller team, the underdog, we just tend to be a bit more aggressive. I don't know. It just... Is it the nature of the team? Are the team just an aggressive team? But it never seems to happen in the league. It's only in Europe that it happens. In the league, we're absolutely fine. It's just frustrating, really. Because now it means Jared Murphy's going to be out of the second match as well. Well, at least we injured one of their players, at least. So this is probably going to be the end of the game. Now, at least we've lost 3-1. That's not as bad on paper. You see 3-1. You don't see as much of a drubbing as you see with 5-0. So we've done okay. We got ourselves a goal as well. Lee Zhongzhu scored his Champions League goal. Probably the only one he's ever going to get in his career. But there we go. That was a great ball as well by Caballero at the end there. But there we go. 3-1. It's not bad. It's definitely an upgrade from the 5-0 loss we had in the first leg. Don't be too harsh. Am I far from pleased from what I saw? You know what? Chris Morgan actually played a really good game. I'm going to say calmly, you were unlucky tonight. Jared Murphy, I really want to give you a bad one though. But I'm not going to, because at the moment you're happy. And I don't want to risk losing you in that green box. It's just, there we go. So Valencia actually still only on 2 points themselves. You know what? If we could sneak a win over Valencia, I know that's a big if. But if we could sneak a win over Valencia, we could get into the Europa League group stages, Europa League knockout stages. So that is still a possibility. I don't see us getting anything from Bayern Munich, but Valencia, if we could sneak something in there, then we might be able to steal that third place position in the group and get ourselves into the Europa League knockout stage. It's a possibility, who knows? Let's have a quick... Whoa, let's have a quick look at the schedule anyway. Sorry, my voice disappeared there for a second. We'll have a quick look at the schedule and see what we've got planned for you in the next episode. We have got for you Britannia and then Bayern Munich. Interesting, we've got Bayern Munich at home as well. So, who's still going to be out in that one? They've got Hervin Lozano. We'll have Jared Murphy suspended. We should have everyone back from injury according to this. So that's not too bad. Of course, I'll play that game against Gibraltar United off camera right now. And then we'll come back in a couple of days' time for Britannia and Bayern Munich. Of course, as always, if you have enjoyed this episode, then please do hit that like button. And of course, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And please let me know in the comment section if you can tell me any way that we can stop our players committing so many fouls in European games. Like I said, they're fine domestically. I'm encouraging them to stay on their feet and not go to ground. But still, just so many bookings and red cards in the Europe. It's just not helping us at all, really. But anyway, I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.